It's Pyram King. I'm really excited to bring to you an update to the Legends of Barovia Wizard's Tower, or commonly referred to as Van Richten's Tower. Now, we made some special updates, including a new door puzzle to the Wizard's Tower. There's a couple additional new features, and if you're using Foundry version 10 or version 11, we're incorporating Monk's Active tile triggers with the puzzle and a couple other things. I want to show you all of that, how those work. Now, this entire guide is available for free in PDF form. I'll put a link in the description down below so you can go ahead and download it. And for those donating members, I take all that content in that free PDF guide, I put it into Foundry, the walling, the lighting, the theater of the mind art, the sound effects that you can hear Monk's Active Tile, to save you time, and as a special thank you for donating to this epic project. In addition, by the way, there is a full detailed walkthrough video guide when I was first designing this. I'll put a link down there if you want to go through floor by floor and all my thoughts in running this particular location. But this video, we're just going to cover some of the new highlights and updates. So really excited to jump into this right now. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is this door puzzle. And we're doing this in the Theater of the Mind art. I'm going to bring up that right now. So we're going to activate that. And here's our door puzzle. We come up to the wizard's door. Now I have some buttons over here the players will not be able to see. And I've created two player characters. We're going to bring them in here. We got happy in here and we've got unhappy. Let's make sure they've got some hit points in here. Let's give unhappy some hit points too. How many hit points should he have? He has a total of 500. He's a superhero unhappy guy. I think happy has hit points. And there's happy. Happy has some hit points. Now, the door puzzle here, let's read the text about this door puzzle so you can kind of put this into perspective. So the players approach the wizard's tower, and if you remember from rules as written, there's this kind of symbol on there, and you're supposed to do a dance routine or something. I just never liked the puzzle that came with that. I thought it was silly. In this particular one, we have these 5 tiles. So I'll read the description and some of this information here. Let me just clean this up for you so you can get this. I was testing it here. Okay, so when they walk up to the door, there's 5 small, intricate carved stone tiles embedded into the wooden door, each bearing a symbol, and there's a cryptic message engraved in the door. Now you can go ahead and share this cryptic message to the players by just clicking this, and it'll populate that into the chat window. But I'll read it to you so you can understand what's going on. And it gives clues and hints on how to arrange these tiles. It says this: within these tiles, the path lies untold. 5 symbols of power, a story to unfold. Arrange them right from darkness to light. Reveal the order, unlocking insight. Embrace wisdom's touch, a tower profound, before your quest to darken castle ground. Amidst the dark, where foes hold might, triumph and bathe the land in light. So the correct order of the tower tiles is actually in this cryptic message. And I'll reveal that to you just so if your players are having trouble, I'm sure they won't, because they should be able to figure this out. It's not too difficult. But the order obviously gives you right away in the first thing. It says from darkness to light. So the tiles that we have here are the sun, moon, the bat, the owl, and the castle. Now, so from darkness to light, it's probably going to be moon to sun, right? The first thing it says, embrace wisdom's touch, a tower profound. You're at this tower, wisdom, well, that's the owl, right? Before your quest to the darkened castle, so castle will be next, amidst the dark where foes hold might, that would be the bat or Strahd, and at the end, triumph in the land will be bathed in light. So it's kind of a story of your quest. Barovia is under darkness, that's the seek knowledge and power. You're obviously at the wizard's tower representing the owl. Then you have to travel to Ravenloft, which is the tile of the castle. You have to face Strahd, that's the tile of the bat. And at the end, well, if you succeed, you bring sunlight and bathe Barovia back in sunlight and restore some order to it. So that's how the tiles go. And there's some information in here for the Dungeon Master. All of this is included in that free PDF guide as well. Now, I've incorporated Monk's Active tile triggers in case they get this wrong. I'm going to show you how to run this in Theater of the Mind using Foundry. So each one of these tiles is actually a tile in Foundry. They don't have any characteristics other than a picture. And so what you're going to do is you're going to ask your players what order do they want to put the tiles in. And let's say the players, well, we want the moon to be first. You're just going to make sure you've clicked the tile button over here in the left menu, and you're going to just drag these around. Okay, moon's first. What next? Well, we want the castle next. And then we want the owl. Then we want the bat. And then we want the sun. Now, it doesn't really matter where you exactly put them here on the screen at all. It's just a visual representation for the players to see, for you to explain to the players what order they've put them in. Now, if the players put it in the wrong order, you're going to click the lightning button over here, 2d10 lightning. Now, it instructs you, and this is based on the actual other puzzle that comes with it. Every time you get it wrong, you get scaling damage. The first time it's 2d10 lightning, then 4d10 lightning, then 6d10 lightning, and on the fourth time, the entire tower collapses. The players take 8d10 bludgeoning damage. Tower is actually destroyed. I'm going to run through that with you to see how this works so you understand the logic in it. So the first time they get it wrong, you got your players down here in the bottom of the screen, and you're going to click this right here, 2d lightning damage. Make sure you have the button up here of the player characters, token controls, selected before you double click on here. And you double click on the lightning, 2d10. See the lightning flash, and the player took damage. I don't got this player set up yet for, let me do that here. Configure ownership. We're going to give him ownership, player 2. Let me just delete this tile. Make sure Happy has some hit points. There he goes. He's got some hit points. I'm going to bring him down here. Here's Unhappy. If they get it wrong again, you're going to hit 4d10 lightning. And you can see it does damage. It tells you which player gets damage here. We got Happy got 17 damage. Unhappy got 22 damage. So it's going to automatically issue the damage. Now, depending on your player characters and their levels, you could just use the 2d10 if you want to. But if you want to be scaling and more aggressive in the damage, then you can do 6d10. There we go. Here's 6d10. He's unhappy because he's obviously taking more damage than Happy. I mean, he took 22 over 17, now 34 over 24. So he is seriously an unhappy dude. If they answer the riddle wrong for the last time, you're going to click the collapse button. I'm going to show you what happens here. So you're going to click on that. You have the sound of the collapse. It's going to teleport the characters to the battle map of the battle map being collapsed. Now, from here, you can decide as the Dungeon Master if any of those items that you thought were relevant or important, like the pommel to the Sun Sword or Busty, they can go find in the Rebel here. One of the things I've done with this particular battle map that I'd like to show you is I have this map on layer map. So if the players go into the Rebel, they actually, you can see they're actually underneath some of the wood there. So I've done this so it kind of creates a perspective that they're going underneath the wood in the Rebel in here. It's kind of cool, so I thought you might like that. Anyway, that's in here. This also leads to the wolf encounter here. I have the werewolf encounter here. This is with Carol. They're all invisible here. Here's all the instructions for running that wolf attack with the werewolves and the wolves. They're all on the screen. All you have to do is highlight them all and make them visible. There you go, and make them visible, and you're off to the races. And here they are. They're all visible in there, and there he is, ready to attack. I'm going to lighten this up a little bit because I have the darkness set pretty dark here. I'll just lighten it up a little bit for you guys. There you go. So that is the what happens if it collapses. But what happens if they're successful with the door puzzle? Let's go back there and run a successful door puzzle here. So you're going to activate this scene again. Here we are. We've got Happy and Unhappy. They've taken a little bit of damage. But they eventually get it right. We know what it is right. It's kind of the story. It's the player character's journey, right? The moon. Barovia is covered in darkness. Next, they're here trying to get knowledge at the Wizard's Tower. Then they're going to have to eventually go to Castle Ravenloft. So the castle will be next. They're going to have to fight Strahd, which would be the bat. And then finally the sun if they conquer Strahd. That's the correct order. If they get that correct order, you're going to click the open button right here. So you just double click on that, and this is what happens. That teleports them to a new Theater of the Mind scene where now the door is actually open, and they're looking into that first floor of the Wizard's Tower where you have the golems standing there that raise and lower that platform. So this is a Theater of the Mind map of that first floor. Now let me talk about the second, by the way, to reset that, let me just show you how to reset it because it's very easy to reset. If you go back to the activate that, and you just hit, so you just hit close. That will close the door. Actually, you don't have to do that anymore. I had it as a tile, so never mind that. So let's go to the first floor, activate. So when the players are on the first floor, and I'm going to just lighten this up a little bit. It's kind of bright here for me. There we go. You have this pink outline, and I put this in here. If you want to change the colors, you can, but I wanted it to stand out so the players can see this, and this represents the platform that the golems holding the chains raise and lower. So you got the 4 golems there, and if the players know the command word, they stand on the platform, they say go up, and the golems pull a chain and it goes up, and then they go up and down. That's how they move up and down through the Wizard's Tower. Now, I set this up, and I'm going to show you how this works. We're going to bring happy again and unhappy in here. The way this works is you have a button. The DM has a button over on the side. I have up here because you can only go up from here. And if you click up, any token that's within on that platform will raise to the second floor. So let's say happy gets on the elevator. And the platform that raises and lower can only hold four characters, or supposed to only hold 4 characters. And he says the command word up. What you're going to do is you're going to double click on this button, and you're going to see that it's taken happy up to the second floor. But if we go back to the first floor here, unhappy is still there. So unhappy has to get on here, and you have to click up again to get unhappy up there. There they are. And you can move this up and down, sending the players up and down to each floor. There we go. And there you go up to the top, and we're up on the top floor. So this is a nice way, using Monk's active tile trigger, to move the platform up and down, and also if the party splits. So only the players that are on that platform are going to move up or down. If you hit the up or down button, the ones that are in that room will stay in that room. And you'll usually this is one of those locations where you might have the party split on different floors, and this mechanic, using Monk active tile triggers, make it easy for you to move those characters up and down when they give you that command word. So you control, not the players control, but you, the Dungeon Master, control when that platform goes up and down, when the players say the command word, go up, go down, and the golems raise and lower that platform. So that's how it works. I wanted to show you a couple other new features that is from version 10 and also in Foundry version 11. One of the things that you'll notice is in our guides, we're also including these pictures. One of the things that Foundry did in the new updates, which I really like, is they allowed us to share this 2 different ways. So I have the picture on the 4th floor. The players get up there. There's the sketch that Esmeralda left of Strahd and the consorts and the people allies with them. You can show this to the players by clicking on it and then click show players, and the players will see this on the screen. It'll pop up on the screen. They can look at it and close it when they don't want to see it anymore. So that's one way to show it to them. But there's another way here. You can click and send it to chat. So you can have this in the chat window as well by sending it to chat. It's a little small on your screen, but the players can still see this. So I have the note that Esmeralda's left here. Again, you can show it to the players this way, or again, send it to chat. In addition, what I did is both of these are items that the players can take with them. And so if they want to have it with them, I have the text written here, but they can take these with them as well as actual physical items. So they always have them with them if they want to. So there's 2 ways to show it, to display it. And there's also an item so the players can have this as a loot item as well. The other thing that we've been adding now with the Foundry version 10 and version 11 is we've been including the PDF player handouts to incorporate them directly in the game. So for instance, on the 4th floor, the players will find Van Richten's journal, and you can click on it. It's in the game. You can open it up, and you can right-click on Van Richten's journal and configure ownership, and you can give it to all players, or you can give it to a certain player, make a certain player the owner of this by just selecting owner. And that player, it will now show up in the folder, the journal folder, as a player handout item that player has that they can open up at any time. You can also view this in Foundry and make it full screen so the players can read through this on their leisure. They want to read the story about Van Richten and Esmeralda. It's a very sad and horrific story about Van Richten's son being turned into a vampire and him having to kill her. It's a good story. I like it. So it gives you kind of context of who Esmeralda is, who Van Richten is, and their relationship, and why they're monster hunters. So that's available in there as well. All of the PDFs. We have the Monster Hunters Guide in here as well, which is really cool if they get that. We have, and also a lot of books in here, including the Song of the Sunblade, all of these things. Some of these are used for quest items. Those are found in here as well. The last thing I wanted to show you in here that I've added in here, it's not that big of a deal, is we have the, in the history section, I also have the video guide from YouTube that walks you through this. And this is for you as the DM. If you're in here getting your session prep and you just want to run through the video, to get you updated on what's going on. This video is the same video that's available on YouTube. I've just embedded it into Foundry, so if you need to watch it as you're doing your session prep, anything to make your life easy, right? I mean, session prep, especially for something epic like Curse of Strahd, I'm trying to always make it as easy as possible for you so that you can just install this adventure module, jump into it, and go through it. By the way, every single floor also has a Theater of the Mind map. I want to share with you, this is my first attempt, no laughing. This is my first attempt at a animated map that I'm sharing. I just animated the ceiling. This is the third floor where you've got that kind of magical night sky ceiling in there. If the players read about it, you can see we've got the night sky ceiling, which is animated. And the players learn about it. They can realize that there's a telescope in here. There's some other items in here that the players can find that have some magic abilities, but it's what Kazan was trying to determine what happened in Barovia by using the night sky in here. So that's in here, a little animated scene. As I improve my skills, I'll be adding more of those scenes in the future adventure modules and as I continue to update them. Well, that's it. If you like this video, please smash that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below to help me with that YouTube algorithm. If you're interested in becoming a member, a donating member, there's a link to memberships in the bottom. A huge special thank you, shout out to my legendary supporters making this all happen. We have over 100 legendary supporters. If you'd like to become a legendary supporter, you'll get your names, credits in the PDF guide, the Foundry Adventure module, YouTube videos, and some special additional treats. Got some big things coming up here very, very soon. Well, until next time, thank you so much, and may all your rolls be critically successful.